It looks like a high-speed chase. The calls coming in describing a female driver out of control.
We had a reckless driver driving on the wrong side of the roadway, hitting mailboxes and driving erratic.
When Sergeant Clem pulls up next to the woman, he realizes that she's not a criminal. She actually needs help.
She was diaphoretic and she appeared to have a medical situation because she wasn't paying attention to any of the signals we were giving her to stop.
As it turns out, the woman is diabetic, and Sergeant Clem realizes that she's quickly approaching traffic that came to a stop. He then pulls around her to get ahead.
I just placed my vehicle behind the others to take the impact of the driver that was.
The moment of impact caught on cam. Thankfully, everyone was okay.
When we got out of the car, she was still incoherent state. We busted one of the rear windows out to unlock the car.
Paramedics arrived and the woman was stabilized. Afterwards, Sergeant Clem was taken to the hospital for neck pain, but those close to him say he's a hero.
He is a war veteran, he is a police veteran, and he is a veteran of Washington County, and he cares about the people he serves.
After narrowly dodging the 5,000-pound bullet, I think he finally realized the police want his hostage dead as well, so he pops off 5 or 6 shots at the popo. Notice how the deputy's hat goes flying off of his head. Guess what that was? A bullet. Sergeant Thomas Dane, a 30-year veteran deputy, about got. He was like an inch away from that being a very, very bad day for him.
Fire! My eyes on right here, on me! On you, Jordan, with you! On me! Shield! Give me a shield! Shield up! You got me? Keep eyes on. Put your hands out and do it now!
Suspect's cuffed and Sergeant Dane returns to his car where the sheriff helps patch him up.
Get my first aid kit. What did you There's enough there. Did you cut yourself in the weechers? No, I got hit with a bullet. Okay. All right, here you go. Hey, my back seat is a big bag. I need rescue here immediately. Okay. Right now. Come here. Just set him down. Johnny, I'm fine, man. I'm fine.
A modest amount of snow. On top of a modest hill, caused a massive problem in West Omaha Tuesday. Drivers and helpers alike told us the real hero is this Omaha police officer who preferred to remain nameless.
What number car is this for you, do you think? Well, I can't keep track.
For 2 hours, often alone, he pushed cars and directed traffic, foregoing the warmth of his cruiser.
As the officer finally finds him,
what's going on, man?
Still conscious, still breathing, and groaning in pain.
Baker 225, if we can get 55 over here, he's still on the tree.
The officer immediately calls for rescue.
Hey, what happened, man? Paramedics are on their way, okay?
The man refuses to tell the officer his name.
Hey, what's going on, bro? What happened? Do you have an ID on you or something?
But finally gives some details about how he ended up here.
Is there anybody in the area that could still hurt you?
Yeah, two guys.
Huh?
Two guys tried to kill me.
It was this scene on Thursday that led a nurse and several police officers, including Southport Lieutenant Aaron Allen, to respond. A 20-year-old passenger in that blue BMW managed to get out. The driver, Jason Brown, was hanging upside down, held by his seatbelt. One officer described him as being hysterical. Despite that, Lieutenant Allen is said to have told Brown to be calm and that help is en route. While Lieutenant Allen was trying to get Brown out of the vehicle, Brown is accused of opening fire on Allen multiple times. One witness says Brown continued to shoot as the officer tried to crawl away. Inside the vehicle, police recovered a weapon, a Springfield XDM-9 that looks like this, plus 13 baggies of suspected marijuana.
Our 25-year-old suspect went to a strip mall and started waving a gun around. He fired 3 shots at a dude in a CC's parking lot, striking him in the shoulder. Then the crazy culprit capped a guy in the chin at a Chinese restaurant. All the news channels are showing the actual shooting take place, but they're not showing the 5 minutes of badassery that led up to that. Unfortunately for Mr. Crazy Shooter Man, this officer was on his way to the scene with a police explorer in the car. Can you imagine that? You're wanting to be a cop, so you go on a ride along, you want to see some arrests, see how the booking process works, maybe dust a fingerprint. Suddenly the radio is blaring active shooter and
got a guy shooting at 49th and Peoria. That's not good.
Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? What restaurant is this?
This is Stacy's.
Hey,
come on.
what does he look like?
We don't know. They just shoot random.
They're yelling and saying that he's down at Cox. Down that way.
He wins one of those shots.
Hold traffic. Hold traffic. He's got a gun.
he tells dispatch to hold the channel. This basically means, hey, everyone shut the fuck up, I'm about to shoot this guy. And again, without hesitation, he sprints towards the threat.
What is Humanizing the Badge? Well, Humanizing the Badge is a nonprofit organization seeking to forge stronger relationships between law enforcement officers and their communities. They do this by community service projects. They provide mental health support for officers that aren't doing very well, because policing is not easy. People say, oh, I could do that. No, a lot of people can't. It's not easy. It's hard. And the stuff that a lot of officers go through, it takes a big toll on them. And sadly, one of the biggest killers of law enforcement officers are themselves, mainly officer suicide. You hear all the time in the news, officer turned his service pistol against him, his patrol rifle against him, even some police chiefs. It's very sad when that happens, and this organization is wanting to provide mental health support for those officers who are letting their demons get to them. This charity was actually founded by a fellow YouTuber. I don't personally know him, but he also lives in the state of Michigan, Mike the Cop. I'll leave a link to the description, in the description, and I'll probably leave it in a card up there, and it'll show you his channel, and I'll leave his channel in the end screen. Make sure you go check him out, give him some support. Go check this out, because the media takeout on law enforcement officers is at an all-time low. This organization is doing something about him. I support this organization, hence why I'm wearing this hat for this part of the video. It's a Thin Blue Line hat, which is If you guys don't know, the thin blue line flag is the symbol of law enforcement. So I'm showing my support. I've created this. It's a $500 goal. I don't fully expect to reach this goal, but I'm starting the bar high because they deserve this money. So, you can go check out the GoFundMe for more information. Please at least go check it out. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time, so back to the cringy video.